Much hop to the family, much hop to the tribe. Welcome and welcome back to another episode of Templar Up. I'm your host and your Templar Urban Reed. Thank you for surfing the wave with me, because I am surfing the wave with you. Shalom and Paxcopia to you and yours. I hope everyone out there is doing well. I hope everyone out there is blessed. And today, what I would like to do is just immediately pop off and continue with the confunction flow. Now, the one thing I'm taking note, and it's helped us a lot when it comes down to that flow, is that we take a step back in order to take 2 steps forward. And we do that so that we can answer the question of not who, but what. So that we can answer the question of what. Now, in the last flow, there was 2 things, in the last flow we had spoken of, we were talking about the exalarch, and there was 2 things that I had noticed. Number 1 was the fact that in this flow, and that, the word tribe seems to be self-asserting. And the other thing that I noticed is that there was an emphasis made on the word come or kum. And so what I like to do is start there, because there may be somebody new to surfing the wave, and I want to make sure that you have clarity. So we're only talking about dragons. So, in the previous drop, again, we were talking about the exalarch. And today we're going to talk about the 10 lost tribes. Right? And what's the function of the 10 lost tribes? Because I was meditating on the fact that, is it tribes in tents or tents in tribe? Or more accurately, tribes in tent, quite literally. So first, let's cover our bases real quick. Now, when we were talking about the exalarch, right? Exalarch led us to priest. And in the definition of priest, right, you have protest or protes, a chief, one that presides, pro, right, before, and sto, also to stand, or sisto, right? Now, when Speaking of the word kum, right, or come. If I'm not mistaken, that was a Hebrew word of the day. I think it was in what was it? I think it was Tanakh only sessions. Excuse me. Shalaki. Now, come, right? It means to what? To arise, stand up, stand. Okay? It's an action. It's a verb, right? Kum, come, right? Arise, stand up, stand. Okay? Now, why is that important? Well, when I was looking for, just doing some, some recon, a little scouting on a possible thumbnail, right? I came across this image, and the image led me to the link. Now, the whole reason why, again, I got the image, or I paid attention because I was really drawing attention to the image. But when the caption on that image said "kum," I immediately clicked on the link. Now, this is totally by happenstance, but check out. Kum. Kum means what? Tent. Pronounced kum or come, right? Is a temporary dwelling used by the nomadic Uralic, right? And there you got which is the Nenets, the Naganasans, right? Almost sound like the Nagasans, right? The Annets, the Kanti, right? The Mansi, right? The Komi, which are reindeer herders, right? Shepherds of northwestern Siberia, of Russia, right? Now, the Evenks, Tungusic people, now Tungusic, right? Almost sound like Tengu, right? Or tribes in Russia, Mongolia, and China also use kums or come. They're also used by southernmost reindeer herders. Southernmost, right? I guess that depends on the way you got your map and what map you're using. The Toza, if I'm saying that correctly, Toza region, excuse me, Shalaki, right, of the Republic of Chiva and their cross-border relative in northern Mongolia. It has a design similar to what? A Native American teepee, but some versions are less vertical. It's very closely related to Sami Lavu in construction, but is somewhat larger in size. Some kums can be up to 30 feet, 10 meters, right? 10 meters in diameter. The traditional combs consist of reindeer hides sewn together, right, and wrapped around wooden poles that are organized in a circle. Okay, in the excuse me. In the middle, there's a fireplace used for heating and to keep the mosquitoes away, right? The smoke escapes through the hole at the top of the comb. The canvas and wooden poles are usually quite heavy, but could be transported, right? Could be transported by their reindeer, right? The chum or coom or cum is still in use, as a year-round shelter for the Yamonets, the Khanty, and the Toza Tivan peoples of Russia. In Russian use, the term kum, yurt, and yaranga may be used interchangeably. The word kum, right, came from komi, kum, and then they have this other one, look, cum or kum, both meant tent, shelter, right? Tent or shelter. Now, it was in this link, right, where it was, I think it was, yeah, this is it, where it caught my interest. And the reason why it caught my interest is because on the tent, now check this out, they got light poles. But no, what caught my attention was these doors, right? The doors. You think of like a tent like this, you typically, if it has a door, you kind of think of more of like a flap, but they actually have a door as a part of the construct, right? Right. Now, talking about coon. Okay. Now, so just make sure we're clear, right? So, coom, right? Cum or coom is a tent. Is also means to stand. Priest means to stand. So a coom is a priest, right? The stand, the coom, is both a priest and a tent. All right, got it. All right, now that we framed it, let's shape it, right? So the first question here is it 10 lost tribes or is it 10 lost tribes? Now, what do I mean? Now, number one, 10 lost tribes is a title. Therefore, it must follow the same rules of a title, right? Number two, if it's quote unquote 10 lost tribes, can the real 2 tribes please stand up? No ish, no poo sandwiches. I can't think of it. I know there are those that claim, but who are the 2 lost tribes, the 2 known tribes, right? Number 3, is what I know the same thing that I knew since the 5th grade? Dodge your own damn hijack. And that's when I noticed that, damn, right? I've known about the 10 lost tribes. And think about how much you know about the 10 lost tribes, right? But when it comes to the 10 lost tribes, No one is talking about David, right? No one. And even more so, ain't nobody talking about the Prester, right? Right. So let's dig on it, right? So what is the intent behind the title, right? The word tribe has, like I said, been just naturally reoccurring on this wave, and let's see if it really means. Let's see if 10 means what we think it means, right? Now, when you're talking about 10, right? Twice 5, 9, and 1, right? Twice 5, 9, and 1. It's a kind of proverbial number, right? 10 times the gift is task. This means, the meaning in this use is a great deal more, indefinitely. So you have, let's make sure we understand, right? It's a kind of proverbial number. So we're only talking proverb, right? Now, again, no ish. So what he's trying to convey is what? It's a kind, right? That means that it's a genus of a proverb. Okay? And here you can see the Baal, right? Which is more. So the proverb is a great deal, right? And the number is indefinite. No Lee, no ish. So what he's trying to say, or what it really means, because we're only talking what? 9 and 1, right? 2 5s. Framer and shaper, right? It is the meaning in this use is a great deal. Indefinite. Great deal. I mean, it is forever. Right? Right. But remember, and just hearing the first definition is all platonic solid. This is all it's all platonic solid. This is, you can easily see here where 1 plus 1 equals 2, right? But also 1 plus 1 equals 3, because you have the framer and the shaper, and you are the and, right? Anion, you are the and. Your father, your mama, and you. 10 by the etymology. One more than 9. Twice 5, the number which is one more than 9. Right? One more than 9. You can go with that a lot of different ways, right? So we're only talking more. All right. A symbol representing this number. A symbol representing this number. Old English 10, Mercian 10, right? And that is in the West Saxon. You know, they say that they are the Isaac sons. Adjective and noun from the Proto-Dramatic Jihan. Source also Old Saxon Jihan, right? Old source 10 or Tu, I'm sorry. Danish T, Old Frisian Tien, Old Dutch 10, Dutch 10, Old High German Zihan, German Zen, right? Gothic Tehun 10. You know what I'm saying? We're only talking about that Zan, right? That Zan. From the pride of star DEKM, meaning 10, right? 10. Now, real quick, a symbol representing this number, right? A symbol representing this number. What are we talking about? Let's open up a new tab. What is a symbol representing this number? My computer is lagging and lagging. Symbol of 10. Boom, ping, pow. Right? Can't make this up. What's the symbol of 10? Right? All right. Woo. The symbol of 10. Let's go back. So the symbol of 10, right, is the mark, the sign, the tile. The symbol of 10, right? Okay. All right. Because we're talking 10 lost tribes. All right. So let's dig on the pie, meaning 10, right? And we dug on it before. This is where we get the Decalogue, right? This is where we also get 10, right? You also get the tithe. This is also where we get Pentecost, right? Okay, 10. But again, this is where we get the Decalogue. Let's go. Let's look again. Make sure I ain't tripping. Because when you're talking about the symbol, what? Okay, stone tablets, right? Okay, right. Symbol of 10. So the symbol representing the 10 is the mark, the sign, or the tau. Right? Right. Right. But we're talking 10 lost tribes. Now, let this kind of bake your noodle. Behind the title, 10 Lost Tribes, is intent. Now, we don't see it, but somehow we still perceive it, right? It's like the golden mean or the golden ratio. It's there, but it's not there, right? So when it comes to quote unquote intent, right, in 432, right, when we dig on it, this usually means, collapsing the wave pattern, right? But this time around, we actually want to collapse it by not collapsing it, right? Because we're only talking about what's 10 again? We're only talking about the 9 and the 1, right? The everything and the no thing, the singularity and the vacuum. So, what's intent? Intent, all right, literally having mind strained or bent on an object, hence fixed closely, all right, sedulously applied, eager in pursuit of an object, anxiously diligent, formerly with, to, but now with, on, as intent on business or pleasure, intent on the acquisition of science, be intent and solicitous, right, to take up the meaning of the speaker. Intent, literally, the stretching of the mind towards an object. Now, remember, when you're talking about an ancient love song, you're talking about a story, you're talking about a narrative, right? There's the subject, and then there's the object. And this is saying that your intent stretches your mind towards what? The object. Hence what? A design, a purpose, intention, meaning drift, aim, applied to the persons or things, right? The principle intent of Scripture is to deliver the laws of duties supernatural. Right? Because as we dig on it, supernatural it's really just natural by law. Shout out to the con. Right? Now, to all intents and all senses, whatever may be designed, he was miserable to all intents and purposes. Intent by the etymology. Purpose. 13th century. From Old French, intent, intente, meaning goal, end, aim, purpose, attention, application, and directly from Latin, intentus, a stretching out, in Latin, intention, purpose, noun use of the past participle, intender, stretch out, lean towards, strain, literally to stretch out, right? Like the firmament. See, intend. In law, state of mind with respect to intelligent volition, 17th century. Intend. The adjective as a descriptor, very attentive, eager, waiting, right? Strain. Again, to strain, to stretch. Sense of having the mind fixed upon something. It's from the seriously 1600s, right? A lot of this drop comes from around this time, right? Right. All right. So talking about intent, right? Let's look this up because this is slightly different. So intent means understanding. 1854. Understanding. Okay. Understanding. Purpose. Understanding. Okay. Understanding. Not that one. It's that one. Now, intent comes from intend, right? 1300s, seriously. Intend. Direct one's attention to. Pay attention. Pay attention. Give heed. Right? Old French. Cover that. To direct one's attention to what? To hear. Right? Turn one's attention, strain, in quest of something. Be zealous. When they sacked Jerusalem, they sacked the zealots, right? Literally stretch out, extend. From end, right? To stretch from the pi root. Tend, to stretch. To have a plan, sense of having sense of have as a plan, have in mind or purpose was presented in Latin, right? This is dramatic word is edel. Old Norse idol. Atla, almost like Atlan, right? Or Atslan, right? To think, conjecture, propose. Ata, consider, attention. Ata, consider, or intention. So let's dig on the pie, right? 10. We're talking about a string, right? Blue, purple, red, white linen, gold thread. So you're talking about 10, you're talking about a string, right? Now look at this pie. What's all in this pie? In this pie you get what? And I want you to understand something here. I think this is the right word. Yeah, this is. In this word, you get temple. Temple, building of worship. Temple, the flattened area on either side of the head, right? So, temple. Let's go back. So we're talking 10, right? 10, right? 10, as in priest, right? Talking coon, right? 10. Let's go back. Now, what else you getting here? Where is it? Where is it? Boom, ping, pow. 10. Right? So, and we dug on this before. So 10 means tent at its root. But that tent is also your temple, building of worship, right? On either, the flattened area on either side of the head bone. So let's bring it all together, right? Let's bring it all together and put a dismount. The function of the quote-unquote 10 lost tribes is to reverse the wave pattern from 1 or the no thing to 9 or the everything. From black to blue, purple, red, white linen, gold thread. We're only talking about the 10 lost tribes. We're only talking about the 10 lost tribes. So, again, when it it comes down to the 10 lost tribes as a function, you have to ask, is it tribe's intent or tribe's intent? Thank you for surfing the wave with me, because I'm surfing the wave with you. We'll bring it back again another time. And continue to choose up. Continue to tribe up. Keep the code. Most high over everything. And dodge your own damn hijack. I love y'all. Peace.